I think it's an incredible promise. And the power of it is just with this verse. All these verses here, he's talking about what he does to the church. And, none of us are perfect when we first get saved. And for that matter, we've never arrived. But a lot of times the word perfect, where he says he'll perfect you, means to be mature. And he can mature, and it's normal. In fact, it's abnormal to have Christians know the Lord for a long time and not be mature. Many times we just think that's normal. No, that's abnormal. It's just like little children. Some children never grow up, but that's not normal. Spiritually, it's not normal to grow up. So with marriage, and I said this with husbands because, some marriages, especially if they've been married a long time, if there's needs, if they've not been met, it's like a ditch that keeps getting deeper year after year. So sometimes it takes about as long to fill it back up with dirt if it's been dug out. So this takes time. And the interesting thing is, there's a lot of scripture for wives, which we'll see in just a minute. But it really is, Jesus, even as the husband, should take the initiative. I mean, he called us. He chose us. He died for us. It says we love him because he first loved us. And so as husbands, we have the mandate, the responsibility, and we also have the power. And it is just a matter of time. There's so many verses, and of course the one in Isaiah is so clear. The word will not return void. This is why I contend that non-Christians will eventually turn off listening to the gospel. They will not. You can't resist. It says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. When you hear something, it'll affect you. You can't keep it from affecting you if you keep hearing it or letting yourself hear it. Adversely, that's true. It says all slander separates intimate friends. So that's why it says guard your mind with all diligence. Why? Because from it flows the issues of life. So if you don't guard it from what's negative, you will not be able to help but have bad issues. Conversely, if you fill it with good things, you can't help but have it produce good things. So to me, this is really exciting. And, and I suppose as husbands and wives, this is something we work on for the rest of our lives. I've seen him.
It's not exciting for me, though.
It's not exciting for you?
No. It's exciting.
No. Why isn't it exciting for you, James?
No, it's not exciting because it's scary.
So you missed the chapter.
Puts the fear of God in me.
It's just like your little children, except you'll take your little children. If they're dirty, you just run the water on them more, and you just wash them longer, don't you? It's only a matter of time. The dirt will eventually come off. Even if it's caked on, it'll eventually come off. It's just time. If you keep washing. Same way, husbands, with our wives. There isn't anything we can't affect. Now, if we're not, and it says he gave his life, didn't he? He laid his life down for her. So that's kind of like, if you use a ball bat to get the dirt off your little kids, you could kill them trying to get the dirt off. But because it's the analogy, I think, is laying your life down. So some husbands have beat their wives up with the word. And that's not, in the context here, it says, the verse before it talks about laying your life down. So there are some husbands. I know one husband that comes to my mind that he's got an adverse effect from his wife. He doesn't wash her with the water of the word. He beats her up with the word and pounds her with the word. And he's not loving her. He's not laying his life down for her. And so consequently, it's kind of like water. You can use water to wash somebody, or you can be so angry with them, you can hold them under the water until they drown. So anything that can be used good can also be used bad. Satan uses the Bible in a bad way, doesn't he? And murderers will use a knife to stab and kill people. A physician will use a knife to take something bad out of a person. So, I don't know. Any thoughts that any of you have on any of